working. If you didn't know that, now you know. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and also click on the like icon if you like it, so that you can notify other people so that they can watch my videos the way that you are enjoying my videos, okay? But anyways, let's get into today's video that we are stitching and reacting to today. So there's this trend that's happening in the white side of TikTok. So the white women are saying that, oh well, finally women can work. No. You can finally work. You can finally join the struggle. Yes. Man. While you were baking, relaxing, us taking care of your kids, also black women have always been working. Our mothers have always been working. We were building your families. While they couldn't build our own, our fathers, our mothers have always been building your families. Like, you can finally work. We never got to enjoy the soft life. Even to this day, we don't get to enjoy the soft life. I had to even reveal myself so that YouTube can pay me money. Because if I don't, I can't receive money from YouTube. I can't even enjoy the soft life. I'm not even showing myself on YouTube. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, black people have always been working for the system, okay? But anyways, enough about my ranting and chanting. Let's ditch the rest of the video, shall we?
We've always worked. I mean, there is no time in history where black women has never worked. You should have made that race specific, because we've always worked. Oh, I mean, can we get a break? God damn it.
Alright, excuse the voice, I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I'm trying to say this in a more measured manner, so as not to irritate myself. This is no hate on that content creator. I found that joke hilarious. I would be a house husband tomorrow if I could. Being said, I don't think people quite understand how small a period of history it was for it to be normalized for women to not do any work outside of the domestic, particularly in European scenarios, because if you were born in a peasant in medieval Europe, you would typically tend to livestock as well as the household and help during harvest time. Let's go before that. Roman times. Poor Roman women worked in family businesses or on family farms. Celtic European women, and Roman European women for that matter, largely a lot of them were educated and ran businesses and actively participated in commerce and business and work and the economy. Women have always been working. It's a very, very small, itty-bitty time period in which a very privileged group of people got to live through. I mean, the group as a whole.
Women worked in the 1700s, just not white women.
Do you know how tone deaf you have to be to post that in 2023? Do you know how tone deaf to post that on the interwebs in 2023? Like slaves wasn't having full babies by their masters while cleaning the house and cooking food and raising Master's other children with his wife. Good Lord.
Oh my God, because
Fixed for you. Happy Women's History Month.
You guys, I've seen the same joke like 100,000 times. That lady's got almost 200,000 likes on the same joke that everybody else is doing. I'm here dressing up as Buddy the Elf, Lady Gaga. I'm riding the Wienermobile. I'm looking like a damn fool for like 3 likes. I don't understand TikTok. Maybe I should make that TikTok? Is that what TikTok is telling me? I don't know. Help me out, fam.
These little TikToks always kind of tickle me because she put the 1700s. My mother in the 2000s didn't work. And I'm going to show you how her day was. She would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to make lunch for my dad so he would go off to work. She was in charge of cooking 3 or 4 meals a day. Laundry, cleaning, taking care of the house, children, everything was on her. Nothing was on my father but paying the bills. Now, you're saying, oh, it's still not bad, right? Well, she didn't have any money. She never had money. She couldn't buy anything she wanted. Nothing. You like buying makeup and things like that. You can't buy that because my dad's hard-earned money was not going to go to that. Nothing. She had nothing. She had clothes that she wore for at least 6 to 7 years because my dad wouldn't purchase any. And neither for us. I had to beg my dad to buy me shoes. I had to beg. Everything that I had when I was a kid, I had to beg for it. My mother wasn't happy about that. She didn't like it. It wasn't pleasant. And you know what? It wasn't pleasant for my father either. That's what he told me. His daughter, get an education, get a job, take care of yourself so you don't have to ask anyone for anything. You guys have this belief, this dream. It's a fantasy. And just because it was a long time ago doesn't mean it's still not happening. There's still women suffering through this. My mother was one of them. And you know what is happening now that she's retired? My dad's not taking care of her. She can no longer cook, clean, and anything. He does not take care of her. So we do. So now she's living with one of my uncles. This fantasy you guys live in, it's insane to me.
I genuinely don't know where people get the idea that women were not working. You were working. You were working in the 1700s, okay? Unless you had like a super wealthy husband, you were not sitting at home baking bread and cleaning. You were working. You were working, baby.
If you want to know what white feminism looks like, that's what white feminism looks like. Right there. No hate to this creator. I get that it's kind of a joke, and also like everybody's working too much and getting too little and not getting to live much of another life, and that sucks. But I want to be really clear about this. We have to be very careful about feeding any kind of nostalgic idealization for some time when women had no freaking rights. There was no golden age. This does not exist. Women have been working their butts off always throughout history. Even if you ignore all the other class problems and racial problems and discrimination of every other kind, and you take the idealized example of like this kind of 50s white housewife, it has nothing to do with what you see on TV. All you have to do is look at the rampant abuse of amphetamines and barbiturates to tell you that women weren't happy. When you're happy, you're not using uppers and downers to get through every day. The pressure was intense, and a lot of those women barely took care of their kids because it wasn't really expected that you had to tend to them very much after they were babies. But also, like, they spent all their time making some kind of idealized look in their house, like trying to live up to some fantasy that never really existed. Women fought for the right to work outside of the home because it gave them some opportunity to have independence. If you can't make any money of your own, then you can have no life of your own. And the lack of rights just gets worse the further you go back. And if you're feeling nostalgic for a time in which slavery was legal, that's just sick. Life is hard. It always was hard. It always will be hard. But having basic human rights is a huge freaking deal. And there are active forces right now that are working very hard to push us back into the past and take away rights from millions of people. I don't know if it's been done on purpose, but it is really tricky social programming to start priming women to be nostalgic for a time when they had no rights and tell them that they've lost something wonderful. And if they would just allow their rights to be taken, they'll get some big boon in response. The fact is, if you're feeling nostalgic for that time, you can go have it, because there's plenty of pockets of Christian fundamentalism, Mormonism, and other conservative religious places where women are not allowed to do anything outside of the home, and they are provided for, and they have to ask for keys to the car if they're allowed to drive, or money to spend, and their husband has all the power and capacity in the relationship. You're living in the golden age, because if you want that, you can go have it, but you can also escape it legally, and you'll have support for doing so. So anyone who wants to give up their power, go for it, but do not encourage society in general to move backwards. It is so dangerous for women, and even more dangerous for Black women and brown women. So stop.
My ancestors saw it differently.
Yeah, because there were definitely no women working in the 1700s. No women working at all. None whatsoever.
Now, I'm not saying white women can participate on this trend. I'm just saying be mindful of how you try to participate. Because not every single one is going to be able to apply to y'all, right? Say white woman. And then you can actually, be accurate on your information. Because you see, women in America have been working since the 1600s. Not the 1700s. Since 1600s. Right? Except, yeah. No, yes. No, yes. No, yes. Like, be so fucking serious. Like, participate. But be mindful. Like, be for real. Right? Remember your history. Right? That's all I'm saying. All right, deuces.